Hey guys, it's Brandon Miniman from Pocketnow.com, and this is the hardware review of the Android Dell Venue. This is like the Venue Pro, but without the slide-out keyboard. Let's get to it. So the Dell Venue is very much like the Dell Venue Pro, except, as mentioned, it doesn't have the slide-out keyboard. It has the same design, it's got the same level of build quality, which is extremely high, and it's really nice to hold in the hand. It's a little bit heavy and a little bit thick, but it's got a lot of really interesting design cues. For example, we've got these chrome strips on the side. They are plastic, unfortunately, and they look really nice when you turn it over to the side. Let's kind of take a tour around the device. This is a 4.1-inch AMOLED display. And if you compare it to a Super AMOLED display, it doesn't look that great, because Super AMOLED displays are awesome. But if you compare it to an LCD, it looks quite good. Let me show you an example of what I mean. So let's turn it on real quick. Let's take a look at something that has some black color to it. So let's just open up the calculator, and we've got a Super AMOLED screen here with the Nexus S here. And you can just get a sense for how the blacks on the Super AMOLED are pretty much blacker than you get on the AMOLED here. Nevertheless, compared to LCDs, as I mentioned, you get really good contrast on the screen. And hey, the display is actually curved just like the Venue Pro. What this means is, for some reason, the screen sensitivity is far greater than what you'll get on standard phones. So on-screen keyboard typing is a breeze, and we're going to talk more about that in the software review of the Venue in an upcoming video. So again, this is a 4.1-inch diagonal screen. It's 800 by 480 resolution. Oddly, the volume rocker is on the right side of the device. Most phones have it on the left side, but we do get this handy-dandy mute switch, which you really don't get to see these days on smartphones, so that's a nice addition. We've got 3 capacitive touch Android buttons down here, home, menu, and back. They nixed the search button, which is okay, kind of keep it minimal and fresh. On the bottom here, we've got a speaker and a microphone. The speaker is particularly loud on the Venue and the Venue Pro. Here we have micro USB for charging and syncing. Let's turn over to the back. We have a really interesting texture, and if you remember the Venue Pro, you also got the same kind of texture, which makes it feel very high quality in hand. Got an 8-megapixel camera with flash, matted to an awesome shutter release here. A lot of phones, again, don't have that dedicated camera button, but it's so handy because it helps you steady the phone when you're taking a picture. So very welcomed addition here. We've got a nice big Dell logo there, 3.5mm headphone jack, and the power button's in kind of a strange place, something to get used to. Usually it's over here or over here. Dell's trying to be a little bit different here by putting it on the top. So popping open the back here, we get a battery, which is 1400 milliamp hours. We've got a SIM card slot here, and I'm using a T-Mobile SIM. This is a T-Mobile phone, of course, and it actually will work on their HSPA Plus network, which is fantastic. Comes with a 16 gig Class 4 micro SD card. Of course, you can expand that up to 32 gigabytes. Now inside, you've got a Qualcomm Snapdragon 1 GHz processor, the same chip found on a lot of hardware these days. You've got 512 megabytes of RAM, so it's no slouch. It's a fast device. We're going to run benchmarks on this in the software review. We're going to run Quadrant and compare this to pretty much the fastest Android device out there right now, which is the Nexus S. So overall, in terms of hardware, the Venue, just like the Venue Pro, gets extremely high marks. It's relatively thin, has very high build quality, and a lot of really good attention to detail. So we've got chrome strips, different textures, the curved glass display, great screen sensitivity, and of course the beauty of a 4.1-inch touchscreen, which is always a nice size because it's a little bit bigger than the Galaxy S, a little bit smaller than the the EVOs out there. So that was the hardware review of the Dell Venue. Please thumbs up this video if you liked it, and thanks for watching. That's it for now.